people. I know it has been quite a while since I did my last video, but then again a lot of things have happened, mostly good things. So I would also like to make this video more about close-up shots of the tank as well. So after a little bit of a talk, I will take you through a tour of the tank, explaining a little bit about all the new additions and the plans for the future for my tank. So let's get started. So my tank is pretty much good to go with new additions and everything, and as you can see, it's got a bit busy with a lot more corals. They're all pretty much new, and also I added a few more inhabitants inside my tank. For example, I added a new peppermint shrimp. I named him Mr. Minty. Now Mr. Minty is probably hiding most of the time. Very rarely we get to see him. I will add a small clipping of him kind of prancing out one night, so you can take a look at that now. So that will be Mr. Minty for you. Mr. Minty's scare gave me a big scare. Mr. Minty gave me a big scare one day when I just saw a little carcass lying outside. Apparently I do know that shrimps tend to molt, and as soon as I brought him in, after 2 days he molted, so I was able to identify that. However, this one looked a little bit different, and it happened immediately after I did like a 25% water change. So I was a little bit worried because the temperature dropped for more than below 2 degrees, and then it took more than an hour to get back up there after the water change. So all of these things worried me a little bit, and I couldn't find Mr. Minty anywhere. So I just cooked up the carcass and I just kind of prodded it, and it looked a little bit body-like. So I thought Mr. Minty was a goner. I was so sad about it. However, after a few days, all of a sudden I saw Mr. Minty hiding between the rocks with his antenna sticking out, and I'm like, bloody hell, you've been there all along, just hiding away. So he's quite fine and alive and kicking, just molting a bit more often than I would expect him to, but he's good. The next addition to my tank was a royal grama. Now this one I got from someone who was tearing down their tank. I got it along with a couple of more corals. I got a torch, a mushroom, and what else did I get? A hammer. Yeah, I got all of those things from this person. I had to travel for an hour and back to get this. And when I bought him and I started acclimating and put him in, he just went to a corner and kind of went sideways. I thought he was just getting acclimated and just scared and stressed. So I let him be for a while. The very next morning, he was up and about. He has a very good personality. He just keeps coming out every now and then. Every time I come close to the tank, he would come, take a look at me, up and down, and then like dart back in and go around. He's very active. He's the biggest fish I got right now. I didn't have a choice of that matter. I really wanted to get a royal grama for my tank, and this person was selling it for a really good price, and I was like, damn, I need to get that. And it was pretty much a big fish. I was a little bit worried how he will get along with Mr. Lenny, the Blenny. He still kind of scares Lenny a lot. I could see them kind of having interactions, as in like Lenny would kind of do this little dance in front of him, and he would just go like, get lost, and Lenny would just scoot back into his cave. So I haven't seen any vicious attacks on Lenny though, and Lenny has been pretty good in eating as usual. He's the biggest eater in this tank at this point. The royal grama has been fine, and yes, I've named the royal grama as Sir Lancelot, because he just kind of darts here and there like the way you throw a lance, and he just does his sudden full stops, and he's just wonderful. And I thought he wouldn't make it because I was so worried, but he just was back on full strength. So they're all the current inhabitants right now. Plus I added one more brittle star which kind of hitched a ride in one of the corals I bought. I don't see, technically I should have two brittle stars inside. I don't see them anywhere. I don't know. The two Nasarius snails, I don't know. I don't see their antennas anywhere anymore. I don't know what happened. I'm waiting to see where they are. Do I see them now? Nope. Haven't seen them in the past 2 to 3 days. They must be just somewhere underneath. They might come out. You never know. So other than those two, yeah, and the bristle one, pretty much that's all the livestock I've got here right now. So I got 4 fishes and 3 inverts and and 3 more kind of cleanup crew, the 2 brittle stars and the bristle one. Other than that, it's been madness with the coral. I've been trying to place my corals, buy more corals, get a little bit color added to the tank, and I also attended the Underwater Expo, Underwater Pet Expo, which was yesterday and is happening today as well. Someone from the expo was able to recognize me. His name is Philip. I think he's the urban reefer. I bought a few corals from Philip for a good deal. Thank you, Philip, so much, and thank you for motivating me to go ahead and record my next video today because he was like, keep going with the video, I'm watching it. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So hats off to you, Philip. Thank you so much, and I will be more regular in my video updates moving forward. So I think that's pretty much enough talk for me. Oh, and also I got another Coralbox QP5 wave maker because the big wave maker was not doing the right thing. I was struggling with it, so I got a smaller one. Now I'm alternating them. Ideally, I would like to buy one more smaller QP5 Coralbox wave maker and use the bigger one for, you know, salt mixing and other things perhaps. And also I started a refugium underneath. You might laugh at the amount of keto I got because that's all I could buy. It's a small like fistful of keto. However, I used the original light that came with the tank as an underwater light for my refugium. It's not ideal, but with the amount of money I'm spending on the tank, I thought like, let me make the most of everything I've got, and that's what I did. I think I've got pretty much everything covered right now. Let me take you guys on a little tour around my tank right now. Alright guys, so I'm going to just move around while I talk. So this is how my aquarium is looking currently. That'll be the rock work. So let's start from the left hand side of things. On the left hand side, in the corner of my rock work, this area you are looking at here, this particular section is going to be my zoa garden. So as you can see, I've added a lot of zoas here. They are pretty, aren't they? I just have one Duncan, which is literally thriving beautifully ever since I added it. And most of these zoas I added just yesterday. I got them from the Underwater Pet Expo, including the hornet's nest over there, and I forgot the name of these. If you guys can name these zoas, please go ahead, put them on the comments, and I'll be more than happy to name them accordingly. And yeah, so that's the left side of my reef. And in the front, you got your pulsing xenia. I want to isolate it because I've been told that it can be a pest. And over there, you can see, I keep forgetting the names of these corals. I think that's an acan or, I'm bad with names, guys. I promise to put more of the names soon. And there is jelly. That's jelly, not the bean. That's jelly. And you got 2 hammers on the right side. And I put the torch coral. I've isolated the torch coral as well because, you know, it might start stinging everything. And you got your fungi over there, which kind of gave me a scare once. It kind of all went inside and then it started coming up again. And then you got is that a no? That's not a Scully. I forgot the name again. Let me give you guys a close-up shot. That's more of them. And yeah, and we got the candy cane. You got the what is it? Elegance coral, which is bombarded by the flow, but I'm still not going to change the position because I will be changing the wave maker soon, so that flow will reduce. And I took a risk and got a Galaxia yesterday. I want to keep it as above and as separate, although it's receiving too much flow right now. I know once the wave maker is changed, that should be fine. And that's my green star polyp, literally doing quite well. I can see it has sprouted a lot of new polyps. And this is one of the encrusting corals that I bought yesterday. By God, I don't even know the name of these things. Yeah, I cannot, for the love of God, zoom on it. Anywho, yeah, that's better. And there should be another one right here. That was a beautiful purple one. So I don't know if the camera can catch that, but it's a beautiful purple color. Oh, there you go, jelly and bean, both of them. So, and in the front we got some new mushroom coral. Oh, and that's a little polyp, guys. That's a little torch polyp, which is literally thriving quite well. It pretty much would shrink to nothing from time to time, but it always comes back up. It's been quite good. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is right now. So yeah, that's it. That's my total tank. So Lancelot is in hiding. Oh, there he is. If you can see him in between the rock work. Hello, Sir Lancelot. Oh, there he is, hiding again. You can't see Mr. Minty. I'm pretty sure I did a water change today, so he's definitely hiding. Lenny again tends to scoot over. Oh, there he is, Lenny. There's Lenny. There's Lenny. Oh, and there's Sir Lancelot. Look. It's a very curious one. And that would be the new wavemaker I got in the background, the QP5. And this is the bigger one, which I'm planning to replace with a smaller one real soon. So that will be the tank, guys. And let me also show you the refugium. Unfortunately, the light is not on the refugium, so bear with me. I set up the light like this. It's protruding a little bit away on the back end. But hey, I'm doing with whatever I can. And yeah, that's my keto, guys. Don't laugh at me. That's my keto. That's all I have. So yeah, I added some yeah, that's all the keto I got. So let's see, it hasn't died yet. So I've been turning this on. I put this on a timer, so this light will go on during the night time around like 6-7 hours and turn off during the daytime. So that's the timer I've given for this light. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the little tour, guys. That's pretty much where my tank is set right now. I'm sorry I couldn't remember most of the names of the corals except for some of the euphyllias and my zinnias. Yeah, it's a bit tough. I'm bad with names. So help me out there, especially if you can identify any of the zoas. Do let me know. I'll try to tag them on my YouTube somehow. If I can, then you can start naming them. I'll just put numbers on those things. So hopefully then you can, by the end of this video, I'll just show a picture with numbers on all the respective zoas. If you can name them on the comments, that'll be very helpful. So thank you so much for all your support and help. I've been part of the Facebook groups League of Extraordinary Reefers of Australia, Social Reefers of Melbourne, and Melbourne Marine Aquarium Hobbyists. All these three groups have been very, very good to me and advising me and commenting on my tank and answering all my questions. So Thank you so much, everyone, and a special thanks to you, Philip, for identifying me as a YouTuber. That was a big thing for me. No one was ever able to identify me because I haven't put up many videos, nor have I been regular. So thank you so much. You've been a good motivation to me. And please do like, share, subscribe, and comment on my channel. I know I promised to talk more about mental health and the hobby of aquarium keeping, especially marine aquarium. This video has been too long because it's a very long update. However, my next update will focus more on the importance of in marine aquarium when it comes to improving and maintaining mental health, because it has played a crucial role in, let's just say, sprucing up my mental health. As you can all see. So thank you everyone so much for all your support and comments. Keep the comments coming, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Praxi Prime.